Kasparas, Jakucionis out for Illinois. But I think we all would have agreed, like, yes, okay, he's missing, but they're in Champaign. They'll probably find a way against a USC team that has struggled as of late, had lost by 13 earlier in the week to Indiana. We're going to get to Indiana. USC goes into Champaign and beats Illinois 82-72, must-bust with a 10-point win. Des Claude goes for 31, but Illinois, no Jakucionis. They give up 82. They weren't the same team without him. They went 7 of 32 from three-point land. Rob, your reaction to an eyebrow-raising result in the Big Ten?
I think it was coming without KJ on the floor. You know, they have a lot of guys that are really good pieces, role players. I think is probably not a strong enough term, but like really good pieces. Kai Boswell's a good piece. Trey White's a good piece. Ivicic is a good piece. That are all lifted by having the guy that can kind of create shots for them and can be the number one option on a scouting report, right? So I think that kind of caught up with them a little bit. And then what happened in the actual game itself, like they decided they were going to, you know, they tried out Ben Humricus on Des Claude and it didn't work on like the first couple of possessions. So like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put these smaller guys on them and try to body up and get physical with Des Claude, who's not a very good shooter. And it just completely backfired because he got to the rim and got wherever he wanted. So I didn't love their defensive game plan. I just think it's one of those games, man. It's the Big Ten. You didn't have your best player. You let their best player get going, and you took a loss. I still think that Illinois' ceiling is as high as any team in college basketball at this point. And I'm not off the bandwagon at all. Just, you know, this game, not having your best player really showed up in this one.
Big thing too, 15 turnovers, and Boswell had 6 of them. Mm-hmm. Like that, there's no bigger point than that one. Boswell had 6 turnovers. They end up with 15 on the night, and he's the guy that, quite frankly, guys, like when everything goes awry, it gets to him. Mm-hmm. It gets to him, and he's able to figure it out for the Illini. He wasn't there tonight. How do you manufacture stuff when there's nothing to be had? That's where Jakucionis has been so good because he's big enough, he's physical enough, he's good enough off the bounce to where when there's nothing available, he can create something just because he's so talented. They don't have him tonight. You saw how vital a piece he is to this Illini team. I think that stands out above everything else.
Yep. They tried to steal one. They tried to steal one before they brought him back, like with the forearm thing. It's not serious. They tried to steal one so that he would be healthy for at Indiana, at Michigan State, Maryland, that 3-game run, and they kind of got caught with their hand in they're caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, forearm injury and a second game miss for Jakucionis. Not a very busy day in the Big Ten. They're going to own a lot of Sundays in the sport. 4 games tomorrow. Michigan State is at Northwestern. That'll be interesting. In Evanston, Nebraska at Purdue, Washington at Michigan. Oregon is out in Happy Valley to take on Penn State as Oregon continues a long the cross-country road swing. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. Let's turn to the Big 12.